Hello everyone, my name is Rahma Tiawini. My student's number is 2421221100 and 4. I'm from Class A. In this video, I would like to explain an intercultural communication issue related to different ways of reviewing in different cultures. This issue may seem simple, but it can often lead to misunderstanding between people from different cultural backgrounds. Have you ever felt that someone sounded rude just because of the way they said no? Or maybe you've been confused because someone didn't give a clear answer? It turns out that the way people say no can vary from culture to culture. These differences often lead to misunderstandings in cross-cultural communication. In this video, I will discuss how cultural differences influence the way people review requests or invitations in daily life. Now, imagine an Indonesian student studying with an international student on campus. One day, the Indonesian student invites their friend to work on an assignment together on Sunday. The Indonesian students say, "If you're not busy, maybe we can work on the assignment together." Then, the international student replies, "Sorry, I can't. I already have other plans." After hearing that response, the Indonesian student felt the answer sounded too direct and impolite. On the other hand, the international student felt they were simply answering honestly and clearly. From there, a misunderstanding arose because both had different communication cultures. So, the first concept is high context and low context cultures. Indonesia is a high context culture, meaning it tends to convey messages indirectly and is more mindful of others' feelings. In Indonesian culture, people often design requests with praise like, "I'll have to see first," or "I think that's going to be difficult," even though they actually want to say no. Meanwhile, some other cultures are more accustomed to direct and clear communication. Therefore, saying "I can't" is considered normal and honest in their culture. The second concept is misunderstanding. A misunderstanding occurs when two people interpret a message differently due to their cultural backgrounds. In the previous example, the Indonesian student found their friend's response too rude because it sounded very direct. However, the international student actually had no intention of offering anyone. He was simply using a communication style that is common in his culture. This shows that cultural differences can lead to misunderstanding even when both parties have good intention. The third concept is prejudice. Prejudice is the act of judging or forming a preconceived notion about someone before truly understanding their background. In this case, Indonesian students might immediately assume that the international student is unfriendly or impolite, simply because their speaking style is different. In reality, a direct speaking style does not necessarily mean someone is rude. Conversely, someone from a more direct culture might view Indonesians as beating around the bush or being indecisive when refusing something. If prejudice persists, cross-cultural communication can become uncomfortable and rife with misunderstandings. From this case, we can learn that every culture has different communication styles, including how to review something. What is considered polite in one culture isn't necessarily seen the same way in another. By understanding cultural differences, we can reduce misunderstanding in everyday communication. Intercultural communication teaches us that we must understand one another through our differences. That's all from me. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.